I just don't want to do that. It should not be this difficult. It's like I'm not trying to have a disdain for men. I'm not trying to be a misandrist. I'm not trying to H-word men again. But it's like, how could you not?
These types of videos always make me laugh because it's almost as if the women don't think that we men have any common sense.
I really don't like getting serious on TikTok, and I really do not like long videos. But this is just something that's been weighing on my heart and my mind for a couple weeks. A couple weeks ago, something happened to me within a relationship, and it really just opened my eyes as to like how hurtful men are. I've known that for quite some time, but it's like men are so hurtful with no remorse.
Nah. As a young man, I've endured the crucible of trying to get female attention and validation. Won't do that again? Story for another day. Sure, no one can be more cruel than a young female, especially to a guy who she does not find attractive. See, men, unlike women, will at least give you a mercy. Even if we don't think that you're attractive, catch us on the right day, you stand a chance. But when you are a young man and you're trying to get attention from a woman and she finds you unattractive, young or old, to them you do not exist.
No care in the world, like they don't give a. And it's just becoming a little much for me. Last night was the nail in the coffin, though. I'm not doing a story time because I'm just not gonna do that. Okay. But men are just so hurtful, and it's like, I no longer have a desire to get in a relationship. I no longer have the desire to get married.
Why not?
Damn near about to give up on my dreams of becoming a mom one day. Like,
you sound like dudes.
I can't deal with it anymore, you guys. And I know y'all gonna be like, oh, take a break. I took a break all this year. I done read the self-help books. Okay. I done watched Shira 7. It's like...
Yo, did sis just say Shira 7? Sprinkle. Shira 7 of all people. No wonder sis having trouble with men. Shira 7 of all people. God dang.
I actually want the love. I don't want to...
Okay. Sprinkle.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to use a man for money. Like, don't want to just use him for what he can do for me, even though that's what they do to us. I just don't want to do that. It should not be this difficult. It's like I'm not trying to have a disdain for men. I'm not trying to be a misandrist. I'm not trying to H-word men again. But it's like, how could you not? They are so hurtful. They are disrespectful, disloyal, rude, selfish. Think about nobody but themselves. And I'm sure there are some good men out there. I met one before. One. You guys are going to say, oh, maybe it's you. Because I know the men are going to come in and just put it all back on me. They're going to completely dismiss my feelings and put it back on me. I'm used to it.
Feelings. Keyword.
I'm the one actually in therapy working through things and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Having to go to therapy for people who won't go to therapy or who don't see any wrong in their behavior. God, I can't do it no more, you guys. I don't wanna be involved with men anymore. So I think it's just time for me to just really focus on myself, 103,000%. Like, really just strictly lock in on everything that I want to do.
You should.
Everything I want to do. I don't have time for the games. I don't have time to get my heart broken again. I don't have time to be pulling up on you. Like, I don't have time to be finding addresses and stuff like that anymore. I don't have time, but just, I can't take it anymore, you guys. It took everything in me last night not to cry, but it's like, I feel defeated. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
These types of videos always make me laugh because it's almost as if the women don't think that we men have any common sense. Let me explain. We all can agree that she's a fairly attractive woman. I mean, she might not be every man's cup of tea, but I think she's attractive. And for any woman that's at least halfway decent, if she's making these types of complaints, she isn't really saying that there isn't any good men. What she's actually saying is that the men that she wants don't want her.
Men like toxic, sprinkle. Okay? If y'all haven't realized by now, men like toxic women. Bruh. They get bored of the nice women and they go look for the toxic women. Okay. So just understand that no matter what you heard, no matter what they're saying, they like toxic women, believe me. And no matter if a man says, I don't like kids or animals, once you bring them animals and the kids in the house, they're going to love them. Okay. Don't listen to them. Stick to your plans.
Y'all gonna be lonely as hell listening to that woman. Make it make sense. I'm going for a job. Hey, I want you to behave a certain way on my job, employee. No, I hear everything that you're saying, employer, but I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to do. You know why? Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Men do not know how lucky they are when a girl actually likes them. Like, do you know how many unanswered texts I have in my phone from men who I take literal days, if not weeks, to respond to? Do you know that the fact I'm responding to you the same business day is a privilege?
Nah.
I don't think they do. I don't think they know.
Okay, you liking me doesn't make me lucky. Me liking you makes you lucky. How come, you ask? Well, relationships for you equates to protection and provision at a certain level, while for me, relationships equate to sloppy box and top ramen if I'm lucky. With that being said, the prettier a woman is, the more she's expecting, or should I say, the prettier a woman is, the more that society expects that you should give to her. The more handsome that a man is, but the more handsome that a man is doesn't negate what he's expected to bring to the table. Shoot, as a matter of fact, if you're an ugly man, you're expected to bring even more to the table. With that being said, it's not the same. Different currencies, mama.
More men can understand this, but when you breach the trust in your own relationship because you decided to cheat on your girl, lie to her, betray her, and then you come back and ask her for a second chance, during that second chance, I hope you know you traumatized your girl. And because she's experiencing trauma, she's going to need a lot of reassurance in order for her to heal. How do you provide a lot of reassurance? She's going to question you a lot more, and she's going to ask you who you're with, what time you're going to be home, where you're going, are you going to betray me again? Do you love me? Are you going to hurt me again? And so forth, because she's craving this reassurance. So every single time she asks you all of these questions, you're probably going to get annoyed and calling her clingy, calling her needy, and start an argument with her. But at the end of the day, anyone that is healing from trauma, their new love language is reassurance. And if you want your girl to heal from the betrayal that you've caused, you are going to have to provide a substantial amount of reassurance, because that is how your girl is going to heal.
Nah. You know what you're in for. If the dude was a cheater and you decided to stay with that cheater, then it's on you. In my opinion, just leave. The best way to heal from these types of situations is to leave. And if you decide to be goofy enough to get back with the dude, at least you had a chance to heal, so now you won't sabotage it if he is indeed a better person. But in my opinion, it's best to just leave. Why stick it out with a dude like that? There's so many other dudes out there.
This man asked how old I was. I said, guess. He said 21. I said, I'm definitely 29. He said, oh, I definitely thought you were 28. I was trying to be nice. I'm like, why do you think 28 would be old?
Guessing games.
I wouldn't have had a problem with that. He said, okay, but let's be honest. Right now, you're Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's. But at 30, you're going to be Walmart. And in 10 years, you're going to be Goodwill. So I suggest you marry me now.
Oh, man. Woo. Come on, man. The game can't be that dry out here. You can't be trying to shame a lady into liking you, my guy. That's a proposal that's easy to refuse.
How long have you been friends?
10 years. Yeah, 10 years. 10 going on 11 years.
In that time period, have you never had feelings for each other?
No, like he's been just such a great friend. So like I couldn't like see the other side of it.
Could you ever see her being your wife one day?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
So you wouldn't rule that out?
I wouldn't completely.
Never thought about it.
I've never 100% thought about it. I mean, it's possible, but yeah, we're friends.
How come it's a possibility in your mind, but for you, you're like, I would just never look at him that way?
We've been such good friends. I don't want to ruin the friendship.
How could you ruin a friendship by getting closer?
Well, you know, like when people take friendships into relationships, they're not meant to be in a relationship. They were always meant to be friends.
He just doesn't fit that box?
No, I wouldn't say that, because he fits all the boxes.
Then why not move the relationship further?
I never thought about it, honestly.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can have guy friends.
No, you can't.
No, you go, who told you that? The only way you have a guy friend is you're saying we're only friends. They're hanging out with you in hopes of something else happening. They hang out with you and they circle like buzzards, waiting on a crack in the door, a chink in the armor. Guys are not made that way. Men, you don't hang out with fly chicks to be their friend. You hope you catch them hurting one day and you're there for them. And look at all the guys over there clapping. Look at all of them. Look at the cameraman, he never claps. The guys know I'm telling you the truth.
I don't know if you guys heard the quote, when somebody shows you who they are for the first time, believe them. The fact of the matter is, every guy, as a matter of fact, the guy that you're probably dating right now, it's a good chance that he was waiting in the wings for an opportunity to smash. Do you consider your now boyfriend as your friend? If you do, let me ask you a question. Does he still want to f you? Oh, he does. Even though he considers you a friend? Well, if he still wants to f you while he considers you a friend, that means that oh yeah. What's good, everybody? This is Bagman Ejay. Let's get into it.
For sure, you're right on. For sure, you're right on.
Wait. I hope God is not giving me a sign. Is that a sign?
Yo, I can't lie. That'd be wild as hell to see, especially if it's your first date.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Today drained me.
Hey, give me your ticket.
You paying?
Yeah.
You about to pay.
Yeah, I'm about to pay. Give me the ticket.
I thought you were just playing.
You're not fooling anybody. You're supposed to be the stud homie, and you're over there giving the boy googly eyes from the other side of the table. You know what you doing.
I invited you out.
I'm sorry, give me a sec. I'm not used to paying. Like,
oh, man, don't act like that, bro.
I'm just so used to always having to pay. You don't understand.
Don't start all that female stuff, bro.
I am a female.
Bro, chill out, man.
Everywhere I go, when I'm with somebody, I'm always having to pay. You don't understand. Are you for real?
Man, hurry up, I tell you one.
Okay, yeah. I just can't believe this. I should have got more food.
I'll buy you another water, too.
And boom, just like that, damsel in distress act. Nah, but real talk, welcome to our world, sis. It really warms my heart to see a woman who truly understands. Pants or a dress, if a female pulls this off, it immediately tugs at a man's ego.
Let me clarify this. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us?
No. You want to know what I find so crazy about that argument? It's the fact that, first off, I'm about 85% sure that this woman is a hyper-feminist. And if I'm wrong, you can correct me. However, it's also the fact that, by her logic, she would have to admit that she does believe that men and women are different socially. And she would not only have to admit that, but she would also have to admit that she's okay with that. Because I'm 99.9999998% sure that she does not hold women to this same standard. I honestly believe that it's people like this talking about this situation that if they were near that situation would have been the same ones asking not just anybody, but asking the men why they didn't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite ironic, isn't it? I find it very funny that they uphold the same patriarchy that they swear to destroy. Because it's oppression and misogyny until it benefits them.
Mic drop, young homie. I couldn't have said it any better. I think it's weird to really expect protection and provision from men while at the same time behaving as if you don't need men.
Messing with a redhead doesn't count as dating a white woman because our slurs use the same letters.
45.
I'm 22.
Has dating gotten easier for you or harder?
I don't know. I'm about to find out.
Why do you say that?
Because I just left my husband.
Is your still as high as it was when you were her age?
Oh my God, it's higher, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I'm older, I must admit, I
Higher. Like at 22, I had no idea what was going on. At 45, yeah.
Now you know exactly how to pleasure a
I know
man.
exactly what to tell you, where to go, how to get there, and a little then more and then some.
I mean, you like a young guy, right?
I
Not just all about.
wouldn't mind trying that out.
Might as well have some fun while you're still here.
Listen, I met my husband 20 years ago.
Let's
when
not
we
talk
were
about
both
that.
young.
I'm in Miami for the weekend. You know what I'm saying, sweetheart?
I remember what a young boy tastes like. I wouldn't mind tasting that again.
Jamaican chocolate?
I love that. Yes.
I mean, we are on an island. We might as well.
I mean, we're tropical people, aren't we? I'm Dominican.
All right, so when are we going to send the little kid home? You know what I'm saying? Like, the hotel room is back there,
She's
baby.
my roommate. I could send her home, but no.
Some dudes may try to play the little game like, oh my God, she's straightforward. She's a hoe. Look, listen, if you know what you want, I don't consider you a hoe. I consider you as my type.
I do not correct my husband. I believe that it is my responsibility to have the confidence to give him my perspective. Then we can talk about it and he can self-correct.
All right.
I love him so much and I desire to honor and respect him. And I'm married to him, so I would assume that he wants me to feel the same exact way.
Yeah, I can see that.
To take my perspective into high consideration with his actions.
Yeah.
But I married a grown man. I'm not going to be disrespectful and talk to him like a child.
Yo, I'm not going to lie, man. I really feel this video right here. See, this is what we need more of nowadays. Because, you know, we have all this talk about, you know, high-value men, high-value women, modern men. But what's missing is people that truly understand one another. For example, this woman right here, she understands her man and the way that men operate, you know. And nothing's more beautiful than that, than a woman who understands that and remains in her feminine. Because when you do that, you can get what you need out of a man more so, you know. And I think that's what's really missing. So I think we need to get back to that. At any rate, go ahead and comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Okay.
Hello? Babe. Hello, babe. Hello, babe.
Whoa.
Dubai is the only city in the world where the women run circles on the men without the men having a clue. What I mean by that is there are women out here who've got their house paid for, their rent paid for, they got their car and they got an allowance and they're using that money to go on dates with their boyfriend while their husband's at work.
Now, what do you say about that? You know, we try to blame the condition of the women over here on Western feminism, right? But isn't Dubai ruled by a strict patriarchy? Comment below if I'm incorrect on that. This just goes to show that no matter where you are in the world, if you don't have a backbone, the women will run you.
I know what my partner is going for, and I know what she ain't going for.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, listen.
That's facts.
If we can go to lunch, we can't go to no dinner, though. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? But this is why I say that.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dealing with a very intentional, attractive female.
Oh, yeah.
Women don't understand a man will play his role for years.
Facts.
For one slip up. Wow. So as far as you think, oh man, Jason, that's my friend. I seen Jason, baby.
Right.
Jason.
You seen that type.
Jason ain't even acknowledged me as your man.
Wow.
Come on, man. Look, I know you've heard it before, but men and women can't be friends, not in the way that you think. No heterosexual man wants to do with you the things that you have in your mind that you would do with your friends. People just can't seem to get that past their head. We know, even if you don't know, that so-called male friend of yours, that's not your male friend.
Pass.
Okay.
Smash.
I don't think you new cats understand how lucky you guys are. Back in my day, the only girls who were into gamers were girls who were not that attractive or girls who liked girls, if you know what I mean.
Since I was 20 years old, I've gone back and forth between being a spicy dancer and being a sugar baby. Usually this is so empowering and I just think, fuck men. But once a month I get to the point in my journey where I'm really needing someone to give me the love that I so graciously give to strangers. To all the men, I'm this beautiful fantasy, but then I come home and my reality is a mess. I'm just longing for a human to want me outside of that fantasy. Love me for the parts where I'm not so glitz and it's not so glamorous. You put so much effort into men at the club or out on a date, and you just wish you could come home and have someone give you that same kind of effort. Then there's a part of me that feels like I'm not even capable of love, or that no one is capable of loving me, because I entertain men for a living. It's frustrating because I'm so capable of seeing these men for who they are. I'm able to be so sympathetic to their life and their needs. So why is it so hard for a man to do the same for me?
Because you were instant thought.
Mind and realize how beneficial this is for me to make money and to live my life and to live creatively. I love it in the moment,
have it both
then
ways.
society happens.
I'm just going to add a different perspective to this whole Will and Jada thing. Hear me out. What if we only know work Will? What if we only know on the job Will, and that guy is a good guy, he's nice and everything? Okay. But what if, at home, he's a passive leader? He said so in his own books, that he's passive, that he's fearful. Can you imagine that as a leader in your household? How annoying that is? Passive leadership brings upon strife and confusion. Maybe Jada got tired of being the decision maker for everything in her household. Maybe she had to do all the initiating and planning. What if Will lacked effective emotional communication styles?
Good point.
Because passive men can be stonewallers. And stonewalling, intentional or unintentional, can kill a relationship over time. Indeed. Will said in his own book that he never said one word to Tupac. Do you know how passive and intimidated he had to be to not even acknowledge that man? And as a wife, if your husband is passive and you witness something like that, it make you feel some type of way. At the very least, you lose some respect for your husband. Will slapping Chris is his insecurities on display. Trying to intimidate little Tommy Davidson, this is insecurities on display because he's a small man on the inside of that big frame. I still plan on watching his movies because I'm all about on the job Will, for sure. And I'm probably going to read her book because, we can shit on a strong black woman in a minute.
Hilarious.
There's 3 dates I gotta take you on before I even think about getting serious, let alone cuffing you. Number 1 is a competitive date. This could be go-kart racing, paintball, laser tag, bowling. I gotta see if you got that dog in you. When it comes to these, I'm not doing no playing with you. I'm talking about celebrations, talking shit. I'm gonna get under your skin. Especially bowling, I'm in that bit like. Number 2, that's a movie date. I think there is such a thing as proper movie etiquette. Like, is you talking too much? Are you on your phone? Are you asking me questions about a movie we both seen for the first time? If your yap skills are on Hall of Fame, that's something I gotta know. Last but not least, I gotta take you to at least one fancy. Me, the food be mid, it's really just overpriced. But I gotta take you to at least one fancy restaurant. The reason being, I gotta see if you new to this or not. Like, do you know what you doing? Is the napkin on your lap? Are you using the proper utensils? What type of drinks are you ordering? Do you know the names of the champagnes? You recording everything? Are you recording me? Then if this our first couple times dating, it show me if you greedy or not. Are you ordering everything on the menu? And with this one, it's not a good thing or a bad thing. I just kind of got to know what I'm getting into. You feel me?
Now, I can get behind this right here, especially number 3. See, I had a Pakistani friend who told me once that he likes to take girls out to expensive restaurants to see what they're going to order, right? And I was like, dude, that's a waste of time and money. He said, no, 1, if you got it, it's not a waste of time. And 2, it's not so much about the price that you're spending because you save more money on the front end than you do on the back. When you take her out to eat at the expensive restaurant, watch how she orders. If she orders like she's trying to be considerate of your pocket, don't take offense. It lets you know that, hey, you have a considerate woman. He said those are things that you'll never find out if you take her to a cheap restaurant because she has no choice but to go cheap.
When is it time for the woman to pay? How many days should a man take you on before the woman offers to? Never. Okay, because that's not my currency. Men and women have 2 very different currencies.
You know what? I don't disagree with her. Men and women do have 2 different currencies, but in a relationship, if my currency that I expect from you is a hot meal, sloppy top, You know, my clothes washed, my house cleaned. That's currency to me. Now, you can decide that you want to pay another currency. But if I'm not accepting that currency, then guess what? Whatever it is you feel that you need to bring to the table doesn't apply. You can't go to a place that takes MasterCard only and expect to bring a Visa. It just doesn't add up. Doesn't make sense. In spite of what you may want to bring to the table, you have to bring what the people are expecting in return.
You build a house, I'll make it a home, and that's why I don't pay for dates. The number one issue that I have with this is that most often women are trying to pay for the date to prove to the man that they're not a gold digger, and that's the difference between me and you, baby, because I'm not ashamed. You knew I was a gold digger when you met me. You heard the conversations that we had. You saw me grind. You see me get up in there every day and work my tail off. You saw me build a business.
First of all, what's the point of you bringing up the business if you're not bringing it to the table? I can't spend your money like I spend my money, so what's the point? It doesn't even equate. Like you said, we got two different currencies, mama, and you expect money from me. I'm not expecting money from you, especially if you're a gold digger. Now, don't get me wrong. If we have an understanding, of course, you invest, you build, you know, because at the end of the day, if we go the distance, if we get married, you're going to want half. So you might as well be out there with me shooting in the gym.
So why am I trying to prove to you and tussle with you in a currency that's not even mine, baby? Why would I also want a man to think that I'm trying to live a humble life and I'm not, that he needs no gold to date me?
What you're showing me by your outright refusal to live a humble life is that if I fall upon hard times, that you're not going to be there for me. What you're showing me is that any investment I make into you is wasted. When I need you to be that helpmeet, you know, that you're supposed to be for me, that I need you to be for me, you're going to get ghosted because you believe that I'm supposed to be a workhorse and that's it. No. Any man that's worth a damn, this is the loser's bargain for him.
Let go of the shame, baby, because I'm not ashamed, and I don't know, do what you could do, but we live a totally different life.
You know, don't get me wrong, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting the finer things out of life. I mean, we all want the finer things. And look, and by no means am I saying that you should settle. But what I'm saying to you is that if you want something, you have to show him that you're going to be an asset and not a liability. What she's talking about, what she's advising that you do in this video is basically putting you in position to show a man that you're going to be a liability to him. That's it. You can't come in a situation wanting the most out of the situation while putting in the least. Hey, what's up, kinfolk? Listen, if you guys are enjoying the content and would like to see the channel grow, why don't you go ahead and hit the like button, go ahead and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated whenever new videos drop. And remember, the truth don't give a